Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm shining the spotlight on one of my favorite fish, the Sterbai Corydoras. These guys are peaceful, active, and bring so much life to the bottom of any tank. Watching them sift through the sand in a little group is honestly one of the most relaxing sights in fish keeping. The Sterbai Corydora come from South America, specifically the upper Rio Guapore region, which runs between Brazil and Bolivia. In the wild they live in slow-moving, warm tributaries and flooded forest areas. Water there is soft, slightly acidic, and full of leaf litter and roots. The substrate is fine sand or silt, perfect for their constant foraging behavior. Sterbai cories are one of the most striking species in the Corydoras family. They have a deep brown to gray body covered with white to light blue spots, even on the head, which helps distinguish them from similar species. Their pectoral fins have a distinct orange to amber tint, especially on mature fish, and they can grow to about 2.5 to 3 inches in length. They're also a bit stockier than some of the smaller cory species, giving them that classic sturdy look. Sterbai Corydoras are completely peaceful. They won't bother anyone in the tank. They're schooling fish, so keeping them in a group of at least 6 is important, though they really thrive in groups of 8 to 10 or more. In a group they're way more confident, they explore more, and display more natural behaviors. You'll also notice them occasionally darting up to the surface, which is totally normal. Corydoras have a modified intestine that allows them to gulp air, helping them survive in low oxygen environments. Sterbai cories do best in warm, clean, well-oxygenated water. They like a temperature of about 78 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit. They're one of the few cory species that prefer the higher end of the tropical range. They can handle a pH of about 6.0 to 7.5. They can tolerate neutral to slightly acidic conditions just fine as long as the water is stable. I recommend smooth, fine sand as the substrate. Their barbels are sensitive and coarse gravel can damage them over time. Moderate water flow works best, enough to keep the water circulating but not blasting them around the tank. Adding some driftwood, caves, or plants gives them shade and comfort while still leaving open areas for foraging. These guys are omnivores and scavengers. They'll eat just about anything that sinks to the bottom. I feed mine a mix of high-quality sinking pellets, algae wafers, frozen bloodworms, and live or frozen brine shrimp. They'll also pick up the leftover flakes from upper-level fish, but you want to make sure they're getting enough food down low. Feeding small portions twice a day works great. When conditioning them for breeding, I up the protein by adding more live or frozen foods for a couple of weeks. Breeding Sterbai Corydoras is really rewarding once you understand their triggers. First, make sure you've got mature adults, usually around 9 to 12 months old. Feed them well for a week or two with plenty of live or frozen foods. Then do a water change using slightly cooler water, around 4 to 5 degrees Fahrenheit lower than your tank temperature. That simulates the rainy season in the wild, which is what naturally triggers them to spawn. When they're ready, the males will start chasing the females. They'll form a T position where the male fertilizes the eggs and the female holds them under her fins before placing them one by one on the glass, plants, or decorations. Each female can lay between 30 to 100 eggs over a few hours. The eggs hatch in about 3 to 4 days, depending on temperature. At around 78 degrees Fahrenheit, hatching happens right on schedule. The fry start feeding after 2 to 3 days once they've absorbed their yolk sacs. Start them on infusoria or powdered fry food, and then move to freshly hatched baby brine shrimp once they're large enough. One important note is that adult Sterbai could accidentally crush their eggs, so if you want to raise fry successfully, remove the eggs or move the adults into a different tank after spawning. Sterbai cories are one of the best community fish out there. They get along with peaceful tank mates like tetras, rasboras, pearl gouramis, dwarf cichlids, and live bearers. Basically anything that won't nip at their fins or outcompete them for food. They also do great with shrimp and snails. The only thing to avoid is large or aggressive bottom dwellers that might stress them out. A few quick things to avoid if you're new to keeping them. Number 1 is rough substrate. Always use fine sand or smooth gravel. Their barbels are delicate and can get infected on sharp gravel. Number 2 is keeping them alone. A single cory will hide constantly and be stressed. Always keep them in groups. Number 3 is skipping water changes. Sterbai are sensitive to poor water quality. Make sure to keep the nitrate levels under 20 parts per million. And number 4 is overfeeding. Uneaten food can quickly foul the bottom of their tank, so feed only what they'll finish in a few minutes. The Sterbai Corydoras is one of those fish that just fits in almost any peaceful setup. They're hardy, friendly, and endlessly entertaining. If you've got soft, warm water and a sandy substrate, they'll thrive. And with a bit of patience, they might even reward you with eggs. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this spotlight, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what fish you'd like to see featured next. I've got plenty more aquarium content coming soon, so I'll see you guys next Sunday.